Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. You know this here, right? Shit. Shit, nigga.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Mic Check Show. Today's guest is one of the most entertaining and charismatic personalities, right, to ever step foot in a wrestling ring. A three-time karate champion who brought his martial arts, flair, sharp wit, and unforgettable charisma to WCW. He's the man who could make you laugh, knock you the F out, and dance all in the same segment. Am I right, Kat?
Really, right now, the only thing you missed that I was a WWE All-Star too. I was with WWE for
Oh,
4 years.
yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay.
From kicking heads in the ring to stealing the spotlight with his larger than life personality, right? He's always been the greatest. In his own words, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for stories, laughs, and some truth straight from the man himself, Ernest the Cat Miller. Welcome to the show, Cat.
Bro, listen, I've been talking to you now about what, 15, 30 minutes. And you mean to tell me you just not starting to record, man? What kind of shit, what kind of show is this, man? I need the spotlight. I'm not gonna waste my time just giving it away just so you can be entertained. People got to hear me. You should have started this thing when soon as light went on. You should have said, okay, it's time for the cat.
So I like to start with some rapid fire questions, right? So here we go.
Oh.
Here we go. Your favorite match in WCW?
See, now you're gonna make me think because I'm not a liar. I'm gonna have to put myself back into somewhere. But you know what? My favorite match in WCW that I liked the more, I like because it was gritty, it was violent, it was challenging, and that was a match I had with Scott Norton.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, you asked me my favorite match, and I'm giving it to you.
Wow. Okay.
You know, and I wasn't just challenged physically, mentally. I was challenged mentally too. So that's why it was coming at me from all corner. I was, so that's why one of my matches, because I reached levels in that match.
Yeah.
And even after, it wasn't just one match. We had a second match because of what happened in the first match. So that's why it became.
Okay, did you want the second match?
Oh, hell yeah. That's what I needed that, because I wanted to leave an example. When I step foot in dirt and sand, I want to leave my footprint. So people who could go there, he been here. That's him. I can tell by those size 12s.
Biggest win of your career?
Man, I got the son I wanted. God gave me a son, and he created my best friend. So my kids, those the biggest win of my career, man. In a career, I'm a father first.
Okay, I like that. That's actually great. I mean,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
No. Cat. Same here. I agree with you.
Yeah. But you talking about in the ring, wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Or kickboxing. The UFC. I mean, what are you looking for? I've been in the ring and I had a lot of big wins. So
I'm looking for it all.
Okay, well, I just told you my kids, but if I talk about in the ring, man, you know what? In the ring, as entertaining as I was, I never won like a belt. Never won a belt. Never even challenged for a belt.
Okay, so is that because you didn't want to?
No, they just didn't write it up for me. Nobody wrote it up for me. Nobody wrote it up for me to win the championship, the world title, this, this international belt. Nobody wrote it up.
Yeah, because I know how
But
the
guess
script goes.
yeah, but guess what? I still won.
Oh no,
I still
you won
won.
in life, cat.
And those people who did not want to work out with me didn't want to work with me in the ring because that was happening. If Lex Luger got a belt and he wanted to work something with me, they said work with the cat and let Cat win the belt. If Hogan had the world title just like he did Goldberg, nobody made that decision but Hogan. Hogan made that decision. I'm gonna lose the belt to Goldberg. So,
Mm,
you know,
mm.
I can't look at a match and say this was my favorite match or this was my best win. I think my whole career in wrestling was a win because
I mean,
I got people like you and fans still want to see me. They still want to
I,
talk to me even more
listen,
now.
absolutely. You are. Let me say this, cat. I want to say this, right? You are a legend, hands down, hands down. Whether you want to hear it or not, because a lot of you guys, for some reason, don't like hearing that word, right?
I know, no, keep saying that. I love it. I love
You are
myself,
a legend.
man.
You are one of my childhood heroes. Um, you guys practically raised me, right? I could have took the streets earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And knowing that I had to watch you guys either Mondays, either Saturdays, you name it. I mean, I was home. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you guys for that. You know, so again, in my eyes, you guys, you're a legend, right? But that goes to this next question, right? Favorite James Brown song.
I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. Doom, I'm black and I'm proud.
Let's go.
Say it loud. Hell yeah. That was it, boy. I'm black and I'm proud, boy.
How'd you
That
feel,
gave me,
Kat? How'd you feel like being on a ring with the one and only?
man, I felt like I was in, you know what? It didn't really hit me until after. I wanted to work with James Brown, but it was work. Working with James Brown, just working with Sting, working with Ric
Gotcha.
Flair, working with anybody else. I was just a work. That was my job to entertain people in the ring. So when in the ring with James Brown, he was having a good time and I was having a good time. So you
Yeah.
were two guys in the ring having a good time. I didn't recognize the scenario. I didn't recognize that this right here is going to be big. This going to go down in history. I wasn't looking at that. I was doing my job. So when we got out the ring and James Brown hugged me and put his arms around me. My very first time, I hadn't met James but one time, and that was that time when he hugged me and laughed and just laughed all the way back to the locker room, and we were talking and acting like we've known each other. Man, I almost fell to my knees and said, God, thank you for giving me this. Well, I mean, what did I do to deserve this? But this feeling I had, man, is like people just don't know. I remember when I was 5 years old, 6 or 7 years old, and my whole family were getting ready to go to Six Flags over Georgia for 4th of July. They were going, and just like my granddad was like me. He was like that guy who went to work, took care of the family,
Mhm.
and he didn't go out. He didn't do nothing but go to work and come home and sit in a chair and listen to Ray's car and watch TV. So in the family picnic, my mom had 9 sisters and brothers, so it was a bunch of them. So whenever we went on these picnics, family picnic, they were huge. So 4th of July, I was about 8 years old, and I had saw on TV advertised for Friday James Brown live in concert. He was gonna be on TV, and then I heard the next day, hey, we going to Six Flags over Georgia, family reunion on Friday,
Wow.
bro. I
Wow.
mean, I love my family, but I was trying to figure out how we're gonna stay home to see James Brown.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So
Wow.
listen, so when I heard my granddad say, "Well, I get off from work late, you guys will be gone, so I'm gonna stay home." I said, "Ask my mother, can I stay home with my father, with my grandfather?" They said, why? It's Six Flags. This is where all the kids want to go. I already knew that my enjoyment what was going to come from watching James Brown.
That's
So
it.
man, I stayed home when I was young from a park like Six Flags with all the kids by myself just to watch James Brown on TV. He came on TV and did his thing, man, and that's how much I love that guy, man. Just watching it, and I love what he stood for because I wasn't picking up all that other stuff that, as you got older, you start picking up all the negative stuff that he had floating around him. I only, to me, he just was a gesture of what life was about through his music. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm black and I'm
Yep.
proud. And it was like in the early 70s, well, it was still some racism out there, you know?
Oh yeah, still going on.
And
Yep.
yeah, yeah. So to hear somebody have a song, I'm black and I'm proud. It's like you were talking to me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Son, you are who you are and be proud of it. So when I'm
That's
working with
great.
that guy, man, then now years later, something I done got so good at, I'm so entertained in it. I'm one of the guys I can call my shot and somebody else put up the money and get this dude and get James Brown. I had James Brown in the ring. I got to dance with him.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. You know this here, right? Shit. Shit, nigga. I'm doing it. I'm doing it like this, baby. You know what this is, right?
Let's get it.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
man. Yeah, keep
This
that
that.
on, cat. Let's
Hey,
keep
hey.
that on.
This the cape this dude put on me, boy. This the cape
Damn,
this
after
dude put
so
on
many
me.
years, cat, you still have it.
I
That
still,
is
bro.
dope.
Listen, bro. This, this
Oh my God.
James Brown put this, bro. Listen, and then if you read the history book now, if you read into James Brown background, his workmanship that he put into the business of entertainment and dancing, they got a biography of him saying that James Brown danced with Michael Jackson. He put a cape on Michael Jackson. He also worked in WCW where he put a cape on Ernest Miller, the cat. He only caped two of us. Michael
That's
Jackson, the great Michael
crazy.
Jackson, and
Wow.
me. And I still got this thing, man. And I keep
Wow.
it, man. Every time people start to talk, every time people start to talk, see, you lucky I got a shirt on. Usually I like to wear this right here. I like to wear it around the house when my wife is here butt naked. Now I'm just no, I'm just
Ah.
playing. Yeah.
Cat is still wild, y'all.
Hey, bro,
The
you
cat
got to
is
be.
wild.
Bro, you know what? My son is a psychiatrist.
Oh, God bless him.
And
Wow.
and
That's awesome.
my daughter is a teacher. She graduated from college. And they act like one 27, the other 24. My oldest son about 38. Bro, and who do you think act like the kid in the family? Me. Me, boy, they stay on me. Dad, come on, man. Stop acting like that. Come on, why you doing that, Dad? Why you don't say that to him? You can't do that. Bro, listen, I can do whatever I want to do now. I
That's
can do
it.
whatever I want to do. Cause I know how to read people.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I know how to read people. That's a way to read people. When I said
Okay,
read them,
so read me, cat.
cause yo, I've already read you. That's why we having this conversation like this. That's why you laughing. That's why you smiling because you that dude. You already read. I don't read you. I can just call out what you're gonna do next. It's not like reading a poem. No, you feel it, like what energy you get, even when you're not in the same room. You're a young fella that think you probably did something bad and you went through all this when you were young, but you just like anybody else. We all go through something, even though
That's right.
people just don't talk about it.
That's right. That's right.
They
Yeah.
they just they just don't tell you about their downs and up. A lot of people go through a lot of stuff. A lot of rich people know what it feels like to be poor. A lot of poor people know what it feels like to be rich. But what they talk about right now, what they presume, what they want. Rich people gonna tell you how it feels to be rich. You
True.
may not
Yeah.
be, listen, you may not be rich. You may be rich in money, but sometime life ain't connected to that rich money, all that money. You could be poor in life. So which one of them mean the most to you? Having all the money in the world but being unhappy, or having no money, being broke and happy as you could be?
I choose option B.
Hey, bro, listen, that's just like me. You know, I
I'd rather be rich in spirit and
listen.
have a
That's what
great soul.
all the material stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. When I first got into to wrestling, when I first got into wrestling, I was teaching karate. I had a good career, man. I mean, teaching karate, touching lives, connecting to people who I probably had never met, looking up to me. I mean, you had parents that were lawyers and doctor calling me Mr. Miller because I was
Wow.
their teacher to their kids' martial arts.
Right, right,
And
right.
and and they always call me, hey, Mr. Miller, can you talk to my son? He having a problem in school. And these people who had more money, these people who had more everything, but they will call me a 28-year-old guy just to talk to their son because I connected to them, the kids in my karate class. That was a great job, man. It was fulfilling. It gave me a lot of pleasure, but it didn't pay me hardly any money at all. I just had a 2-year-old son, and I wanted my son to have some of those things. Now they paid me pretty good, but it still didn't give me. I had one student, and I'm gonna tell you how I got here. And I hate that I jumped from that to that, but it did align
That's fine.
everything
That's
up.
fine, Cat. We want the stories. That's fine.
One of my students just happened to be a lawyer, litigation lawyer,
A
rich white
litigator.
guy. Yeah, rich white guy. Had his own law firm. Used to love me. Love me. We'd go work out. He might have been about 35, 36. He'd come in and we'd talk about girls. We'd talk about this. We'd hang out. He know I was tough. He'd come down my fights and stuff. We good buddies. And this guy, we would talk, and he always would spread knowledge to me. He was a Jewish guy. That's why I like a lot of Jewish guys. I love talking to older Jewish guys. 'Cause all they do is tell you about how to grow your family,
Yeah,
what to
yeah,
do
yeah.
with your life, how to make your life better, how to make your kids' life better. So I got a lot of Jewish friends. I don't call them my Jewish friend. You'd be surprised what me and my Jewish friends say to each other, like Goldberg. We say some nasty things. If you heard our conversation, you'd probably say these brothers don't like each other. But that's my boy, Goldberg, my boy, my lawyer, my manager, been with me for years. He's Jewish, and but so this guy told me, he said, Ernest, you know what you should do? He said, do you like what you do? I said, I like what I'm doing, but I don't know what I want to be doing in 5 years. He said, this is what you should do. Write down a 5-year plan.
Okay.
He said, I said, what do you mean a 5-year plan? He said, like a 5-year business plan or where you want to be in 5 years. And he said, write down stuff like how much money you want to be making, what kind of job you want to have, what kind of house you want to live in, what do you want your kids to be in school, what kind of car you drive. No lie, I promise. He
Like
he
goals,
told me
goals
that.
basically.
Yeah, no, not goals, but just a life plan where
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
be in
Okay.
5 years.
Okay.
So So I wasn't a guy who just listened to people and not listen to people and not do it. I felt like this guy was telling me something that I need to do, but I didn't know how it was going to work. So I went home and I wrote. I looked for a piece of paper at the karate school. I wanted to write it down right now before I forget. So I'm looking around. I'm looking around for a piece of paper. I couldn't find no white paper to print on, but we had little. little costume paper, that green, blue, and red for the kids to draw on.
The
So I
notepads,
got,
yeah.
yeah. So I found a green piece of paper. It was green construction paper, I think they call it, or whatever. So it was just a green leaf paper. So I got the paper, black pen, and I wrote on it. First thing I wrote down, how much money do I want to be making? Right now, I'm probably making about $70,000. It was okay. It wasn't good enough for me at that time. One give me where I wanted to go. So I put down something that's strange. I was like, how much do I want to be making a year? I put down 100. That's enough. Forget that. I'm gonna be making $450,000 a year.
Golly.
So I put 450 down. Now listen, I put 450 down. Then I said, I won't be living in a house. I was living in a small house at that time. I said, I won't be living in a house where I got a lake for my son who loved to fish, a basketball court, 'cause I like to play basketball. So I want to be living in a house. I want to have this big car. I want to have a Bronco. I want to have this car. I want to have three cars. I want my son to go to a private school. I want to have everything set for my family. I want my mom to be able to come over. So I put how much money I had, what kind of house I want, what kind of car I drove. And then he said, put it on the refrigerator. Somewhere you're going to see it every day.
Mm, okay.
Hold on. You probably can't see that. Now I'm going to just reach for this. I'm going to tell you what this says. You can't see it. But right now, it got $10 million in the bank. A new beach house paid for. My grandson, who's just 2 years old, college paid for, in church, a new church I want to go to. I still write this stuff down,
Wow.
put it right on my computer. Now let me tell you why.
Wow. Okay.
So he said, put it somewhere where you're gonna see it every day. You can read it every day. So you know what I did? I put it on my refrigerator because I know
Yeah.
I got to eat. So I put it on my refrigerator door. Boom. Every time my refrigerator, boom. People ask me, what is this up here? What is all this up here? Oh, no, don't worry about it. Boom. I saw it every day. And now, working with this guy that I've been in business, him and I once good friends. We still friends today. Next thing you know, life started moving forward. You know, he went on by his business, doing some other stuff. Opened a new law firm in New York, so they moved to New York. And next thing you know, one day I'm moving into my new house. I just signed up to wrestle. Had no idea I was gonna wrestle. Didn't know what I was gonna do. I met Eric Bischoff's son, who was one of my karate students. Eric Bischoff said, "Hey, come and work with me, man." He came to see my fights. He said, "You like Muhammad Ali? You got so much charisma. We want to highlight this. You'll be a good as a wrestler." So boom, I get there. Boom, Eric signed me to do everything he said he was gonna do. Now I bought me a new house. The movers come. They say, "Hey, Cat, we can move you in, but you got to have somebody there to accept the packages and stuff like that." So I said, "I'll come. I'll be there. I'll come now. My new house." Boom, the mover moved me in. I was looking around in my house. I'm looking around at this big place. The whole back wall is door, French door, that led out to beautiful green grass and a lake on in the back. Look to the right. Beautiful garage, three-car garage. I had a Hummer, I had a Porsche, I had a basketball court. No lie. No lie. I'm
Wow.
telling you the truth. I put this on everything. I'm looking around. That high ceiling was so high in this house. I was in a private neighborhood. Then, as I went through my box, I was looking for a toaster that was in one of the boxes that said kitchen. Because when I packed it up, we put the name kitchen, bathroom. So I went in the kitchen and I looked down in the bottom of the thing and it was a green piece of paper. And I remember pulling up. This was the paper that I have written my life goals on. I looked at it, swear, it's just like someone slapped me in the back of my head. I looked at it. It said, I want to have a basketball court. I want to be living in a private neighborhood. My kids was going to private school right around the corner that I had just got them signed up into. And guess how much money I was making? $450,000. I had just signed my first contract with WCW. Man, that thing blew me away, man. Because it seemed like everything I wrote down on that thing, that's why I believe words are spells. Words you put out there mean something. You know, when you say
Manifestation.
yeah, when you say you hear the word, when you say you hear the word, when you're in church and you say you hear the word, you do. But what do the word motivate you to do? And that's what I'm saying. When
There you go, Cap.
I read something and I heard that word, I was hearing that thing. I said, this is what I'm meant to do right here. This is why, remember, I told you I was comfortable in my karate life because I knew what I was doing. I was in total control. I was in total control. And I just didn't have the money, the necessary fund to do what I thought I wanted to do 5 years from now. So when wrestling came, I chased that. I went after the money because I had an idea this is what I wanted to do for my kids. I miss my karate life, but this is what I want to do for my kids.
Right, right,
Now,
right.
now, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I was almost what they call broke, but I had so much life in front of me when I was teaching karate. I was giving away something I'm really good at, watching these kids grow, watching life grow, watching things go on. I was a poor man who had everything to give somebody. Boom. Next thing you know, I'm in this world of pro wrestling. I had all the money, fame, TV, but I probably watched two or three of my best friends die from drugs.
Right.
I was being treated sometimes being treated like I wasn't supposed to be there. I got called the N word by guys who I thought was my friend and didn't know me enough to do that. And they made me make a decision. I had to make a business decision. Should I knock their motherfucking heads off? Or should I just let it blow by and continue to get this money to take care of my kids? So after I bought that big house, I bought another house, smaller house, a mile away. And that was for my mom. Because the only thing I've always wanted to do is take care of my mom. She had me when she was 16, didn't finish school, but she worked hard to watch me grow up. Her
Yeah.
and my father divorced at when I was 2 years old. So all I did, my mom was like my best friend, and that was my mom. So one of the things I wanted to do is buy her a house and get her out of the little house that she had. So I was able to do that. Now I'm taking care of my family. So that put more to lose, more how did I put it? What's the word I'm looking for? That put more stress on me when I was working because I couldn't fail. That's why I can't fail because I got to take care of my family. So I had everything. I had all the money I wanted, all the fame. I had what people said would make them happy. But guess what? They was some of the darkest time in my life. I had a big old house, but I couldn't move into it because I was never at home. I was on the road 280 days a year. I couldn't enjoy this big, beautiful home. My kids couldn't even stay home, stay there because by that time I was divorced. I was a single father, but parent, but my kids couldn't stay there because nobody was there. And my mom didn't drive. So she couldn't go get them back and forth to school. Private school, one thing about it, they didn't have buses to come pick them up. Usually somebody drop them off.
Yeah.
So I had to grow with that. I had to grow with those things. You know, okay, you got the cars, but you can't drive. You got the big house, but you can't live in the house because you out paying for it. You out working. So this is what I'm saying. We ask for things, and when we get those things, sometimes it's not all what we think about. My darkest time, when I said dark, and I'm not saying the light was out. I'm not saying I didn't have any fun and oh, it's good making a big paycheck. But when I compared to what I had when I was getting a smaller paycheck, I was able to give my life doing something I worked for people gave me. My karate instructor growing up gave me this ability to teach karate, to be karate. And I wasn't just giving kids karate and giving people karate lessons. I was becoming like a mentor in their life. They were calling me, telling me right now, Garrett Bischoff, Eric Bischoff's son, is 40 years old. Him and I talk on the phone like he's still my little brother. One of my Usher Raymond. Usher Raymond was in my karate school for 4 years with me. This dude stopped a whole crowd of people just to say hello to me when we walked into each other downtown one time. He saw me and I saw him. It was a big crowd. He went through there and said, "Hey, Mr. Miller." Still call me Mr. Miller. He Usher. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
karate students still respect me like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when I when you ask for things, sometimes you ask for it, you get it. Ain't all what you think it's gonna be. That's why we're going. I mean, I got all those things. Wrestling was good, but it didn't get all those things. So when you go back and you ask me what was my best match, I said my best match was with Scott Norton because Scott Norton took liberty. He took advantage of me, not knowing the business. He didn't sell for me. He was hitting me hard. He was doing stuff that somebody told him to do, but he was trying to punish me. But this dude didn't know how deep my valley run. He didn't know I've been in the ring and been watching guys for years. I look into their eyes and I can tell if they trying to inflict pain or if they want to kill me in the ring. And I've seen some guys look me in the eye and I'm looking back at him and I know what he's thinking. We got 5 rounds. I can do whatever I want to this guy. But on the other side, I got a smile on my face. And I'm looking him in the eyes and I'm telling him, "Boy, you crazy. You in the ring with somebody. I can do anything I want to do to you in this ring." So I'd have had those battles and won most of all of them. I didn't lose but one fight out of 15 kickboxing fights. It just wasn't no money in it. But it was
Yeah.
able to help me to teach my karate kid and let them know that, hey, your instructor is no he's no jive turkey like they used to say. This dude right here got something. He's bad. He's a bad man in that ring. So eat when they tell you eat a breakfast in the morning before you go to class so you won't be hungry in class, they listen because they know I've been there before. So Scott Norton set me up. Bang. I'd like to jump all over the place, but I go right back to what me and you were talking about because I got a brain like that. The reason my favorite match was my favorite match, it made me do twist and turn me, made me do many things. One thing it made me do is to reach down inside of me, but don't bypass my brain. Don't ask for something you can't handle.
Yeah.
After I found out Scott Norton, they had told Scott Norton was told in the locker room, don't sell for him. Take chop him up and then beat him. I went to the ring being new in the ring. I didn't know what was going on. He was chopping the heck out of me. He was chopping me so hard that the crowd was like, ooh, ooh, they felt for me. Then he just picked me up. I hit him with something. He didn't sell it. He just picked me up and suplexed me. Boom. 1, 2, 3. To me, I didn't care. I was getting paid all the money I wanted to get paid. My check still was going to be the same,
Right,
win or
right,
lose.
right, right.
So I wasn't thinking about nothing. But when I walked through, I thought about what the boss would say. When I walked through, I didn't have to ask nobody. The first person came up to me was Arn Anderson. And Arn Anderson said, "Hey, man, you did something right now, man. He said, this is a, you know what, shame that these guys take liberty of people in the ring like that and don't sell and don't do business. He out on his own business." I said, "What you talking about, Art?" He said, "Man, this guy didn't sell for you. He wasn't working with you. He was just out there. He made you a piece of meat." So I was like, he
Wow.
didn't do it but slap my chest. So I went through again. And then Scott Hall approached me walking through the tunnel after the match. Scott Hall approached me and Scott Hall said, "Hey, Cat, don't you know that stuff for real? He always do. Don't you know that karate stuff for real?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Listen, if you get in the ring with somebody, if they not working with you, shoot on them. Make them work with you." And I was like, "Why are they telling me this?" So I called one of my good friends. I said, "Bobby Walker." He probably don't know. It was hard work. Bobby Walker. He used to work in there with him. He was Thunderbolt Patterson's stepson. I called him up. He always watched the show. He was there. He was working in WCW, but he wasn't on Monday Night Nitro. I said, "What do you think about that match?" He said, "He used you like a piece of meat. He just chopped you up. He didn't sell for you. He just beat you up." So somebody playing a trick on you. Kevin Nash had the book. They probably told him, "Don't sell for him or go out there and chop him up."
Yeah.
Soon I heard that, I hung the phone up. I swear. Soon I said that, I hung the phone up and I sat there and I thought about it. This is a job, but it's still a way you got to gain respect. So I don't know what to do. I'm glad I didn't do anything in the ring because I'm not on my time. I'm on TV time. So I'm on the clock. I'm getting paid. I just can't go out there and do stuff by myself. I'm a black man
Yeah. Oh yeah.
making more than $500,000 a year. Ain't too many of us hanging around the world making money in pro wrestling. So I was like, I can't just go and just get mad and do something on the boss's clock. So as I walked out of there talking on the phone, I went back to the other locker room, and guess who I walk in the hall? The president of the company, Eric Bischoff. He would come in my way, and I would come his way. And he looked at me. He said, "How you doing, Cat?" Oh, I said, "I'm doing good." I know he had solid work. He said, "Everything good?" I said, "Yes, sir, everything good." Then I've never asked him. The only thing I asked Eric to do in life was nothing. Eric got me the job, being a pro wrestler, put me into school, paid me good money. The only thing I did not want to do is embarrass him because he got me there. So he was the man.
That's real.
But I never went to him and said, "Give me more money, give me this, give me." I never asked for anything. Never. I'm promised. Never asked Eric to do anything for me. I did it myself. If I deserve it, it'll come to me. God taking care of me. He got me.
That's right.
But this time when I saw Eric, I said, "Eric, can you do me a favor?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Can you give me one more match with him on Monday?" And he looked at me and his eye got big. He was like, "What?" I said, "Can I have another match with Scott on Monday?" Now, Scott Image backstage, big old, strong, powerful guy. You got to look him up if you don't know this guy.
No, no,
This
yeah,
guy's
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
this guy about 6'2", 6'3". He was a power lifter. He was Prince bodyguard. He was not to be messed with in that locker room. But he did something. He had barked up the right tree, brother. I'm him. When I asked Eric, "Can I have another match
He said, yeah.
on Monday?" He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah. Give me another match." "You sure?" He said, "Look me in the eye." I said, "Yeah. I want another match with him on Monday." He said, "You got it." Boom. Whole weekend came. Sunday came. Get that Monday. They put all the matches on the board. I looked on the board and I saw the Cat versus Scott Norton again. And I had Sonny Ono with me because Sonny was my outside guy. I said, "Oh man, we got a match tonight with Scott Noah." He said, "Sonny said, what? Are you crazy again?" He said, "Man, they must be." I said, "No, I asked for it." So I said, "Okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set up the match." So I did the same thing. When the agent, we had the booking agent, which I think was Paul Orndorff. He'll
Oh
come and
yeah,
sit
yeah,
down
yeah.
and he'll tell her what he want. He was our booking agent. He the one to tell her how the match gonna go, who gonna win, who gonna lose. And he said, "Well, Cat, Scott gonna have to win. Cause that's how the story is going right here. I think y'all gonna be in the pay-per-view at the end of the month where you win." So I said, "Okay, all right, all right." So I said, "Okay, listen, Scott, I'm going over the match. I'm telling him what I want." I said, "Scott, tell me I'm do. We already know what he do. He chop, 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 body slam you, suplex you." So I said, "You can do all your chops you want. Chop, chop, chop." And listen, my chest was still burning and ripped. My skin was ripped from the first match with him chopping
From the
me.
chops. Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
his
yeah.
hand, yeah, yeah.
It's a big
So,
dude.
man, listen, heavy hands, pow. Every time I got hit, the crowd went, "Oh," they felt for me. So we going over the match. I said, "Scott, listen here. You can do all you want to. I don't want to do but three kicks. Three kicks." I looked him in the eye. I said, "Three kicks." He said, okay, all right, all right. Like he did the first time. All right, all right, all right. He said, I said, okay, you beat me back in the corner. Boom, boom, boom. Now I started to fight back. He said, what, you gonna throw blows? I said, no, I'm gonna do 3 kicks. And I said, okay, the first kick, which I threw kicks in the last match, and he just slapped them down and didn't sell, no sell, just slapped my kicks down and walked through them. So I said, okay, now this time I'm gonna throw this kick. Boom, we're gonna just you slap it away. Yeah, I said just slap it away. No sell, just slap it away. Then I said, now the second kick, I'm gonna step back a little further, and then I'm gonna kick you. And I want you just rumble, just rub back just a little bit, just kind of sell it, just respond to it. Then I said, now the third kick, you got to go down. You got to take a bump for him. He looked like, what? Big guys don't like to take bumps. Make them look small when they take bumps. Now here I am asking him to take a bump. So it was a little disturbing there. And then Paul's like, hey, I think you should because he's giving you the whole match. That's a take a bump. Then you could get up and suplex me from that. He was like, oh man, he grunted. He was like, ugh. Okay. So the match was set. So into the night, my matches came up. So we went in the gorilla and we going over the match again, him and I talking. They said, you got it. Now I said, remember, I'm gonna kick you one time, you can slap it away. I'm gonna kick there, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do it again, and you can sell just a little bit. Now with that third kick, Scott, go down. Please go down. I wasn't saying please for my benefit. I was telling him for his benefit, go down. So boom, the match come, he come out doing the same thing, chopping me, the crowd going crazy. Oh, the crowd screaming, they're going crazy. He gonna kill the cat. Now, he done did all the chops he had. Now it's my time for the kicks. I step back. I throw the kick. He did exactly what he did the first man. He just slapped it out the way with his arm, chopped it, boom. So he slapped me out the way, chopped me, boom. I stood back a little bit. I did everything I told her I would do. I stood back. I did a skip kick, that a little further. Give you a little further till it looked like you got a little bit more power behind it. Boom. And guess what he did? No sell. Slapped it down. Stood there. Now, my dude, here come the third kick. That kick went straight up. Nathan, you know, he was laying on his back. I went for the cover. 1, 2, he kicked out. Kicked me, booted me, and chopped me. Won the match. I got Sonny. We went out, and Sonny, I don't know, was talking the whole way out the ring. Sonny said, man, I've never seen Scott Noah take a bump like that. I said, bro, if he hadn't took a bump on that third kick, it would have ripped his damn head off. I threw that kick straight through his chin. Straight through his chin. I mean, his mouth was busted. He spit out teeth. His shirt was ripped up. He came through, and he had a bloody mouth, and he looked at me, and he shook my head. I said, okay, thank you. And me and Sonny kind of giggled a little bit. He said, you knocked that crap out of him with that side kick. I said, listen, it wasn't it wasn't a kick going north and south. I mean, going east and west. That was a kick that went from the floor straight up to New York, went straight north. So he had to go down. Bro, he was so mad. People came up to me and was like, man, I've never seen Scott take a bump for nobody like that. As they walked away, I whispered to my boy, Sonny Ono, I said he had no other choice because it would have ripped his damn head off if he didn't. Nobody could say anything to me because I stayed within no rules. I told him 10 times, you got to take a bump. If he had took a bump, guess what? The kid would have just glazed him and he would have went down. Right. That's it. It would have looked good, perfect. But since he was going to stand there and try to take it, I didn't have time to teach him how to take a side kick. But he took one that day. He took one that day. And that's why that was my favorite match. Because I can tell those stories right now. Hey, listen, and then years later, I'm looking through, I told this story years later, and Nathan, you know, I'm looking on the internet, and it said Ernest Miller versus Scott Noah. This is years later. And, you know, we didn't have internet like that then, like we have now. Man, we were looking on the internet, and boom, boom, boom. Nathan, this picture popped up. You should see the picture. I'll send you the picture. It's me and that kick. Out of all the things I did in the ring, that kick that
The
damn near
third kick.
ripped his head off. They got a good picture of it. It going my foot right on the chin, and he going back, spitting out teeth and everything. Now I like Scott Norton. I love him. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
nice guy. He's a nice guy. I'm not, I didn't want to take and make it seem like I took advantage of it. He made me do it.
Right.
He
Right. Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it was my good match, man. I can tell this story all day because it made me go through cycle. When I went home that night, that first night, I thought about it. It's just like a basketball player, like LeBron James probably losing a game. Like Michael Jordan not hitting the game winning basket. It's like the Lakers not doing what they were supposed to do. That's how you feel out. That's how I feel out the mess. Because you got to remember, I came from playing pro football, the world kickboxing, winning. Winning meant everything. So a win for me was just getting through a match and nobody got hurt.
That's
But when
right.
somebody took advantage of me and I didn't recognize it in the ring, I thought about that match, man, until that next Monday. And I didn't want to kill anybody. And I wanted to do it. I wanted to show him what could have happened.
I'm not to be fooled with.
Yeah, not to be fooled, but you know what they did to the locker room? They put everybody on notice. Everybody
Hmm.
on notice. This guy right here is not to be fooled with. Everybody knew then he could probably kick anybody. And I'm gonna tell you, Stephen Rigo, I ran into Stephen Rigo last Monday at one of the WWE show, and he said something to me. He said, "Cat, you've always been a good guy." Said, "We always love you, always good in the locker room. You were funny, you made people laugh, you were just kind." He said, "But in the back of everybody here, we knew that you could kick anybody ass in this locker room if you wanted to, but you never act like that. You never act like that. No, that's not my character. My character is being funny. I'm like a
Right, right.
switch.
Charisma.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm like a switch. I'm okay till you turn that damn light on. If you turn that light on,
The cat comes
boom,
out.
the cat come out. You know,
Cat.
the alley cat. Go ahead, man.
Cat.
Go ahead.
One word that describes Ernest the Cat Miller. Give us one word. I can tell you one.
Go ahead.
Electrifying.
You know what? I'm more of a thinker than what people think. I think before I move. That's why they call me a cat. A cat don't just jump. He
Yeah, they
can
think.
jump.
They think. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right.
And every time you look at a cat, he's looking at you. Think about it. You look at a cat, he's looking at you. A lion,
He's
the first
watching.
thing you to see, he's watching where you go, how you
He's
move.
watching.
He coming up with something in his head. Now, whatever word can
They're
identify that,
strategic.
yeah, and that's what I am. That's in everything I do. Back in the day, boy, when I used to go and be that man that pick up the girls, I could get the girls because I could talk my man off. But I'd watch and know exactly what they're gonna say, when they're gonna say it, brother.
Don't talk too loud, Cat. Your wife is there.
I know it, but she know too. She fell into that trap too. She fell into that trap too.
If you could cut one more promo today, who would you call out?
I just did. Scott Norton.
Oof.
Shit, I
Okay.
just did that whole story what they let y'all know.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
different now. It's different now. He's an older guy. He can't hardly move. And I keep saying he's an older guy.
That,
But I'm an
that
older guy too.
yeah, but I think he's. Come on,
I'm an
Cat.
older
He's
guy
not he's
too.
not the cat.
He can't, you know what?
No, he's not the cat.
You got to pay the bills to be the cat.
Yeah,
And the
he's
cat,
not the cat.
the cat still getting
So
it.
so
I'm
so
still doing
besides Scott Norton, who else?
who has what?
Who would you cut a promo with? Who would you
About
call
or what?
who would you call out?
Goldberg.
That's a big dude. Pause. That's a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I'm about to say, B, please pause. What you mean, big? Yeah, y'all need to call each other and talk to each other about that. That's just a dude to me. Hell, most most people, most you know what? Most people don't because I did a lot of athletic stuff in the ring, jumping off the rope, flipping and stuff.
You
Most
did, you
people,
did, you did.
most people don't realize my size until they see me in person. I'm like 6'3", 260 pounds. So Goldberg is not that. I mean, we had a couple of good matches together. We had a couple of good matches together, and it'll just be fun to have a match with him. Now he's going out, and he had his he put me in that lineup. I was number 138. And it'll be good to have something with him. I'll do something with Goldberg.
A dream match you wish you had in WCW.
Oh, baby, I wish I had this match, man. Oh, Dusty Rhodes, baby. Dusty Rhodes, baby. I wish I had that match.
He goes like this.
Oh, man, his mouth, man. You know,
He was a slick talker. He was a slick talker.
I didn't realize what I knew he was before I got into wrestling. I loved Dusty Rhodes. Listen, everybody in my neighborhood loved Dusty Rhodes, Thunderbolt Patterson, all those slick kind of talking guys. When you feel like they talking from their soul, and they just telling you what they're gonna do. Dusty Rhodes is my dude, man. I used to love to hear that guy talk and mess around in that ring. You could tell if you look at him, Muhammad Ali, all those guys was the same.
Yeah.
So Dusty Rhodes, Ernest, the big Ernest, the cat lab was somebody. So it's a lot of people that I can't just pick one. It was so many. But if I had to pick one of somewhere in the middle, like here and now, and when I say that from WCW days, man, it would have been Mr. Perfect. It would have been Mr. Perfect because he was crazy. Mr. Perfect was crazy, man. He was funny. He was that dude right there.
I wasn't expecting that, Cat. I thought you was gonna say Hogan.
No, Hogan. I did some stuff with Hogan, but Mr. Perfect was somebody I would have loved to work with because he was so kind. He was so friendly. He was so just wanted people to have a good time around him. Outgoing. He was a good guy, man. I would love to. And he was so funny. He came in. He said, "Hey, Cat." I was just getting over then. I would go out to the ring and yell at people, and the crowd was going crazy. Someone was perfect. I got the perfect idea we can do together. I said, what? He said, okay, you go out to the ring, you calling everybody out. They were called the Texas Cowboys then. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
Crap is rap. I mean, rap is crap. It was him and a couple other guys. A lot of people go understand. Rap and crap.
What year was that, Cat?
Like 99, 90,
oh, yeah,
2000.
Yeah.
Him and Duncan and they had the cowboy hat and they did this thing called they were going against the No Limit Soldier. So they made a song called Rap is Crap. So they were trying to get some heat. So they said, Cap, they sit me down. They said, we got a great idea for something we can do together. Start a fight with you. I said, what? He said, we start a feud with you. I said, doing what? He said, okay, you go out to the ring. You just talking and talking. And then you have these cowbells to the ropes. He said, you go out to the ring and you just talking. Then we hit the ring, put the boot to you. Then we'll hog tie you and leave you tied land in the middle of the ring. Then he looked at him and looked at me. He said, I don't think that'll work right now. Not hog tied the black man, leaving him in the ring like that. And it was just so funny the way he looked. And we all started laughing at the same time, So he was just a good guy, man. And athletic. He didn't look like it, but athletic. He could do anything.
How was it like working with, because I feel like, to me, when you work with this dude here, your matches, I love with Chris Jericho.
Oh, I love Chris, man. Chris but this is so funny, man. You bringing up these names, man, and you see some of career, the way they went and what they've done after that, and you hear all these stories. Man, but this just showed me. I was in the locker room with major superstars. Chris Jericho was so smart, man, and fun, and he was like a brother. We traveled. See, we was the one that travel and do all the house shows. Those big name guys getting millions of dollars and getting paid $150,000 when they go over a Monday night wrestling show. If they, like for instance, they work 10 on your contract, you got 10 Monday nights to do, and you get paid $1.5 million. Now, if you do 11, one more, or 11 or 12, from then on, you get paid $150,000 extra. So a lot of those
Okay.
guys didn't work house shows, but Chris Jericho, I, myself, Disco Inferno, um, Eddie Guerrero, man, all that group that left together and went to WWE, we had a good time working. We was on the road every night having fun.
That's awesome, man. You know, I you know you I hate the fact that you guys were up against WWE, right? WWF, right? I hate it, man. I wish both companies could have emerged and even now, Cat, right? Even now, check this out. Scotty, right? He said he works for AEW, right? But if you look at AEW, you have, I'm just naming some names out there. You have Ricochet. He just went from right WWE to AEW, right? You have Jericho, Jeff Jarrett. You have Dan O'Brien. Like, why can they all just get along? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because it's competition, man. These guys don't want to get along. You was the first one here. Why you want to bow down and connect with the guys who coming to take your place? No, this make the business better for us and for fans to watch because they competing against each other. Now, if I was AEW, this is what I would do. They already know AEW just took the place of WCW. They doing a little bit better, I think. I don't know. I don't
I think
watch it
so.
all
I
the
think
time.
so.
But if I was AEW, everybody would tell me, "Oh, you try to be the WCW, you try to
Yeah.
be the Eric Bischoff, bro." Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You still got WCW old guys around. You should have did something where you just brought in the old WCW day and kicked WCW ass. Every
Yeah. Yeah.
WCW guy you have just made your life a part of that. If that's what y'all think we're doing, let's suck it up. Let's suck it up. Let's do it. Let's have a WCW day. WWE is not going to do it, and they own the rights to it. You know, you don't have to call it a WCW, but hey, look at you. You got Jeff Jarrett. You got Chris Jericho. You got a lot of guys around. That was the Glacier Ray Lord. He work over there.
Yep.
You know, I mean, entertainment is entertainment. Nobody know how to entertain everybody. But there's somebody out there who know how to entertain somebody.
Let me ask you this, Cat. You still have it in you to give us one more match?
It depends on how much money they pay. I don't do
I
anything
knew,
for free.
I knew you
I don't
was.
do anything for free, brother. Bro, look around. Bro, shit, I got grandkids.
I was just waiting for
I
that,
got a
Cat.
6,000 square foot home. I got a lake. Bro, I need some
Am
money
I
to pay
invited?
for this. Oh yeah, anytime you in Atlanta, baby.
Yeah. Come on, Cat. Now, you
Anytime you in
invite you
Atlanta.
invited to Jersey.
Hey, bro, matter of fact, I'll be in Jersey, Six Flags. You know what Six Flags is at
I'm
near you?
25 minutes away.
Bro, I'll be there in October with this group called Fourth Ropes. You ever
Mm.
heard of Fourth Ropes?
No, no. Wait.
It's
No,
an
no.
organization, man. It got a lot of names, so don't start making me. One thing I did lose a little bit is my able to just call things out top of my head. But you know, you got some champions in fourth rope that are well known in the business. You got the tag team champion are the Hardy Boys. You know,
Oh,
you
nice,
got them
nice,
in
nice.
there. And fourth rope is a unique style, man. It's like hip hop meet pro wrestling, and it's cool as out. We were just in Buffalo, sold out the place. And the guy that started it is West Side Gun. You ever heard of
Wow.
him?
Of course, absolutely.
Man, West Side, the music, man. We had Buns B there. They had what's that? Style P. They give a concert and they give some good wrestling matches. You know, the good fellas was there. What's the name? The good boys. They was there, man. I mean, Bobby Curtis, the commissioner, is MVP. You know, the women wrestling is crazy, man. Crazy. So I mean, it's doing pretty good, man. with Smokes and West Side Gun. I did not know these guys was so well known, man, when I first did
Oh
it in
yeah,
Vegas.
yeah, yeah.
Bro, these
Cat.
guys sell
I
out
was
everywhere.
I was a music producer, Cat. I did that for I started in 98. I'm gonna send you some pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. I see that you well, I don't want to say it on here because
No, no,
the
go ahead.
the fans are no. I was gonna say you send me a number, but I don't want to say it here because the people,
Yeah,
oh, you know how the people are. But
yeah.
um yeah, I'll send you some. I started in '98. I did a beat for I was a music producer. I did one for Ludacris. Well, you name it.
Oh,
Just
those my boys, man. Those
everyone.
my boys.
So West Side
Uh, uh,
Gun, they from Buffalo. You're right. They from
yeah.
Buffalo. They're super known. They do well. It's not your typical like trap song. It's real hip hop, and that's what
I
I like
love it.
about
Smooth. It's kind of
about
smooth, man.
the Griselda boys.
Yeah,
So he's part of that.
yeah.
So it's West Side Gun. I
Uh,
mean, Conway the Machine and Benny the Butcher is them three.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And
So
Smoke Dizzy, they call it.
yeah,
Smoke.
Smoke Dizza, yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he's a producer.
yeah.
Yep.
He's the coolest little. That he called me Unc. But anyway, man, we
Oh,
went to
that's awesome.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
We went to Buffalo, man, and they said, I do commentary. So we went to Buffalo, man, and they set up there, man, and 2 hours before the show, it looked like a WCW back in the day, Monday Night
Show.
Nitro.
Yeah, show.
Yeah, listen, from the outside, the line was around the building 2 hours, 2 hours before the
That is
doors
crazy.
open,
Wow.
and the crowd is hot the whole time. I mean, it's a good crowd, man. They put together a good show. They put together a great show, man. I
So
got
who's the commentator, Cat? You and who else?
me and this guy named Kazim. He's
Okay.
uh he's on everything. I think I saw him on the podcast with what's the guy named Anthony Camelo or Camelo Anthony? Which
Yeah, the
one?
basketball player, Carmelo
Yeah,
Anthony.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He on the podcast with him. He
Okay.
be on a lot of this guy's smooth. He's smooth talking. It's all black crew. So smooth talking, man. But these guys are so good. This thing is so good, man. The energy is there, man. I mean, these guys working and merchandise that they sell is crazy.
Damn. They sell vinyl. I know they sell vinyl,
Bro,
right?
they sell hats, they
Yeah.
sell t-shirts, they sell anything. They just sell merchandise, man. This guy, because West Side Gun is also like a fashion designer too.
Yeah.
We
He's
we,
into
we
he's into clothing. Yeah.
yeah, we went to Paris for that Fashion Week.
But West Side Gun?
Yeah, with the
Oh
fourth row.
wow.
Yeah, man, this fourth row, and they sold out over there.
That's
That's why
dope,
I'm saying
man.
a lot of people look it up. Fourth row.
Yeah. No. I'm looking. Yeah,
Man, listen,
absolutely.
these
I'm tuned
guys,
in.
matter of fact, I had them. I got a podcast. I want people to go to YouTube, my YouTube channel,
Yeah, go
and
ahead, Cat. Shout it out. Shout it out.
just subscribe and listen to me the Cat's Corner podcast.
Please follow,
And it's
y'all. Please
yeah,
do
and
me
it's
that
some
favor. Follow Unc. Can I call you Unc? Is that
you
okay?
know you can, bro. That's what I am.
Yeah.
So we
So please
we
follow Unc.
we got that matter. I had Goldberg. I'm one of those podcasts where we just go on and I just talk about
Yeah, just
good things.
whatever. Yeah,
Good things.
topics. Good
I'm not
topics.
trying. I'm not trying to rub nobody the wrong way. I'm not trying to say AEW is better than WWE or WWE is better than.
No.
It's like, bro, you come on, a fan come on, can ask me anything about the business. I'm gonna give them straight for. I tell stories of some of the stories behind the scene, which
I
is
always say
crazy.
this, Cat, right? Check this out. I always say this. Look what you just said. You just said that if someone you're not here to stir anything up, right? AEW better than WCW, WWF. I say this though, Cat, right? I say this, Unc. If someone was to get upset at what you're saying, and not just you, anyone, right? If someone gets upset at a person for saying something, it means this to me from my experiences, right? I'm only 39. I'm turning 40 in 13 days. It's because they didn't like you in the first place.
I can ride with that a little bit because I look at it the other way. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. So just because if I say I love it and you say you hate it, listen, bro, that's what it's all about. We are different, but that's your opinion. Now let me have my opinion.
Right, but if someone gets upset, cat, there's a reason behind it.
You know, my dad told me about people that get upset. My dad said, listen, when you get upset at me, he talking to me, his son, you can't do nothing about it. But if I get upset at you, some stuff is about to happen. You's about to get an ass whipping. So who care what people don't like and what people care? They can't do nothing to me. What they gonna do to me? If you don't like what I don't like or what I like, come on, man. I, y'all, they should be happy. I can look at things and say, "Hey, bro, that's your opinion. You entitled to it."
Well, you know what, cat? I'm glad that and we as fans, thank the Lord, right, that you are still here with us because speaking to all these legends, right, to all these wrestlers, I mean, I named a few earlier. This is what they normally say, cat. They say, you know, some of them are not here with us, right? And that is if you really think about it, um that statement is very true, right? A lot of wrestlers, you know, have passed away, right? And uh, uh, going back to probably the biggest name, right, Hogan. Now, when you heard when the news broke, how did you feel, Cap, about Hogan? Now, if you don't want to speak upon it, it's okay. I respect it.
Yeah,
I respect you, Unc.
like I said, I go with the way people treated me. Hogan always been real cool to me. You not heard what he said, some of that stuff, but hell, if you listen to me talk sometime, you should cancel my ass too, because I talk about everybody. I don't give a damn. If I feel like I just said. But the thing is, I never treated anybody like they was subpar or less than myself. You know, I'll treat people like I want them to, like I would love for them to treat me. So Hogan always treated me really cool. I mean, he included me in those stuff. I mean, if I needed to know something, because I was new to the business, Hogan door was always open. Because they
Yeah.
never put him in the locker room with us. He had his own locker room. Cat, come on and sit down. Hey, Hogan, do you think I need to do this? You, matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this. When just right before WCW were going out of business, Hogan had a conversation with Eric Bischoff in the office about losing the title belt to me.
Wow.
He wanted to lose the world title because I was getting heat and I was over. And a lot of people look and say, that's bull. Bro, people don't realize how over I was. And at that time, what that time was like. They don't understand. We was in a war. WWE, WWF, ECW, wrestling was up here. And I was over, you know? And think about this. Chris Benoit, not Chris Benoit, but Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho right now one of the most entertaining guys, even to this day. Even to this day, he one of the most entertaining wrestlers around.
I agree. Yeah.
But I ain't saying because of lack of talent or anything. But I'm just saying, back then, during those time, during the war, he wasn't on TV much.
Yeah.
That show you how deep the
Yep.
talent
Yep.
was,
Yep.
or
Yep.
whoever
Yep.
were rolling the book. I'm not saying they kept him off because he couldn't come up with something, but whoever was, they could do those numbers without having a Chris Jericho on every night doing their thing.
That's
Those were big
crazy.
names. Those were big names, man. If you and all those guys went over to Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, the man with 1,000 holes. Man, all those guys went over there together because they wasn't getting what they wanted to get at there, and the numbers were still high.
Dean Malenko.
Yeah, Dean
Yeah.
Malenko.
Yeah. Wow. We didn't. Wow. And when you heard that, Cat, I mean, what was your reaction?
Who?
when you heard,
that they were
Hogan.
moving over.
No,
Oh,
that Hogan
Hogan.
wanted to, yeah, Hogan wanted to give you a
Man,
shot or give you the belt.
I felt a little disappointed because I thought it was my time,
You
and
wanted it to happen early in your career.
it wasn't even early. It was right as the little shakeup started. WCW was moving people out and in, and he just told me. He said, "Man, listen, I talked to Eric and talked to a lot of guys. And I told him I wanted to lose the belt to you." And even Stevie Ray said, "Man, where have those guys ever told Hogan no? He can't do something. So if it didn't happen, it wasn't supposed to happen." But then I talked to my good friend, and Eric kind of explained to me exactly what it was like. He said he brought that to him, that idea to him to lose the belt to him, to you, and he was gonna chase me to get it back. But it was at the end. And Hogan and Eric said, "We did not want you to lose the belt like on the Monday night, and then
Yeah.
lose, then him win it on a Monday night, then lose it back to him on the Monday night. We want you guys to run the whole pay-per-view, all the way to the pay-per-view together." So I kind of understood that because that is right. You don't want to be a flash, get it, but then
Right, 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 right.
but a flash is better than none at all,
Why?
you
Okay,
know?
okay. That I agree with you, but for the fans though, for the public, why? Why you say that?
Because you rather, if I end up not ever becoming like a world title, and I thought about it, I was in the process, in the mix. If you never end up becoming, getting a championship, getting a shot at that belt, you might as well get it for a little while. You can still now, years later, for them to say that he won the world title, heavyweight title at WCW, they don't give a damn if it was for a week, 3 days, or a year. As long as you could say you was in the mix,
That
and
that title
that
stays
kind
with
of
you.
that kind of solidify who I was at that time. Cause now people who didn't watch it don't understand how over the cat was. And I'm not just saying this, but this it surprised me how people wanted to see me. And in my age
We
group,
all did, Cat.
yeah, my age group
We
is
loved you,
your age.
Cat. We
Is
still
your
do.
age.
Yeah,
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 my
yeah,
age
yeah,
group
yeah.
is your age. I'm
Yeah.
learning that cause Smoke Dizzle and West Side Gun
They're about
came up.
my age.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
40
yeah.
years old. They said, "Listen, Cat, you made it cool to kick somebody in the head back in the day. We knew when you were coming, you were gonna either try to kick somebody or you were gonna
Even
do
the dance
something."
moves.
Yeah, yeah,
Even the
yeah, yeah,
moves, Cat. Like,
yeah.
even if you didn't know how to dance, you still wanted to dance.
Still wanted to do that
You
James
still wanted
Brown
to
down.
groove and you still, yeah, like, come on, Cat. Again, it goes back to this, Cat. It goes back to this. You are a legend. It's solidified. Point blank, period. Right. And this is what I say. I say, you don't think I'm nervous, Cat?
You don't look nervous. I don't give a
Yeah,
damn. Hey,
I'm on a,
if you nervous,
I'm on a
if you,
podcast with you and I'm nervous. Like, I mean,
yeah,
you are
yeah,
him.
yeah,
You still
yeah,
him. I
yeah.
looked up to you. We all wanted to be like you. We all wanted to be become wrestlers, entertainers, be entertainers.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a cool moment though. About I had just got out of the business about 2015. I decided to go to a WWE show, and when I got to the WWE show, I took a couple of friends with me. And it's usually cool. You see some of the old wrestler backstage and hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
So I took a couple of friends with me to a WWE show, and the way I was treated, I just didn't like it. They were trying to make me, the security were pushing me in, trying to get me to move out the way, to go sit in another area. I was like, bro, I helped make this business. So, and Triple H, he acted a little funny when he saw me instead of opening his hand, because I was never one of the boys, but he always respected me. So
Right.
it kind of surprised me when he didn't say, hey, take care of the cat. And Vince McMahon was still there. So, I didn't get to see him, so I just didn't feel the way I was treated back there. They didn't have a space for us to sit and watch and enjoy what we helped build or what we helped carried. So when I left there, I never went to another show. Didn't go to another show. That was 2015. I went to the show the last Goldberg last retirement match. I finally went back to a wrestling show, and it was so fun when I walked in. All the guys who worked with me in WCW are now running. They're running the backstage stuff. You know, producer
Right.
Shane Ham, even what's my guy name? Steven Regal. All these guys are back there, man. Billy Kidman. You know, all these guys are back there. Norman Smiley. These are my friends. These are guys I traveled with for years. So it was so cool when I walked through and I heard some of the young guys, especially young black guys who were there, man. I ain't gonna be able to think of their name, but the guy who wear the braids, the black guy, real cool guy. He should be one of the top guys now because he on Monday night. I can't think of his name. He wrestled right now. He's on Monday Night Nitro right now. Not Nitro. He on Monday
Monday
Night
Night
Raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
Who you talking
Carmelo.
about?
Is it Carmelo?
Well, you got Carmelo. Yeah, he came from NXT.
What's his name?
Well, you got Carmelo. Carmelo
Carmelo who?
Hayes.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes. Yeah.
When I walked past him, man, I heard them whispering, "Hey, is that the cat?" And that was cool, you know, because it made you feel they weren't loud. They'll get up and come shake my hand. Hey, cat, how you doing? Once they figured me, shake my hand, really nice and respectful. And even some of the guys from it's a couple of the guys from London in Europe. They came over and like, bro, do you know who this is? One of the guys said, messing around, said, you know who this is? He said, yes, it called my mama. It's the cat. So this crowd right here are the crowd that kind of watched me in WCW. And it was
Yeah,
so
my
cool
age
to
group.
yeah, it was so cool to see these guys, man, how they was impressed to see me. Cat, you still look good. Hayes wanted me to come back and be his manager. Telling hey man, it's lit around here. The cat is here. It's lit in here. He was just so happy to see me. Now they all follow me on social media and stuff like that, man. And so I had a good time, man. I had a good
That
time.
is
It
awesome,
it
cat.
it made me feel like I helped to carry this business across the lake to the other side to keep moving.
You handed a
I was
torch.
I was a bridge. I was a bridge to help this business get to where
Absolutely.
it's at now.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for you guys, absolutely. I have two more, right? I have
Okay.
two more for you. And
Hold on. I gotta take the damn thing out. Damn thing hot, boy. That shit feel like a leather jacket.
if one message to the world, Cat, if you was to give the world one message, one advice, what would it be?
Treat people like you want to be treated. I live by that. Treat everybody like you want to be treated. Black, white, Jews, anything. Treat them like you want to be treated and expect to be treated the same way in return.
It's true. I mean, I agree with it.
So
And
the world is just so backwards sometimes, man. I see people treating people just because they homeless or they treat them
right,
so
right.
like they less than, man. Treat somebody like you want to be treated, man. Cause you could be in a place anytime. Anything could happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, Cat, the word says this. The word says the same way I gave it to you is the same way I can take it away.
Hey, listen, that's it. That's that thing said what goes up must come down. And
That's
that's
right.
what this business about, wrestling business. You never know who's gonna be on top. So you got to treat everybody the same.
Now I got this one last question, Cat. And I thought about this just us having a convo earlier, right? Before I hit the record button. And who is Jesus Christ to you, Cat? Was that a good question?
He's the way.
Was
The
that a good
way.
question, Cat?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's what I'm about to give you the answer. He's the way for me. Everything I read about him If I live through him, he's the way to God. Treat everybody the same. You know, I mean, you don't have to fight back. You don't have to get even, ask for forgiveness. I mean, it's just whatever they say he lived like in the Bible and the words say, that's him. The way to heaven, the way to being a great person.
I'm gonna leave you with this verse, Cat. This verse, Unc. John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. That's what he said.
So he is him. That's
yes, sir.
him. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cat.
All right, brother.
We love you.
It's been fun, man.
We love you. You know, I'm a huge, well, listen, I'm grateful that I even have that you responded, but I'm even more excited for having your number, Cat.
Yeah,
So,
you got my number,
I'm gonna
man.
shoot you some texts.
Shoot me a shoot. Hey, when we come there, man, like I said, they just told me we'll be there at Six Flags Fright Night for
I'm there. I'm there. I'm
Fourth
there.
Rope.
I'm there.
With all those guys, West Side Gun, all those guys. You
I'm
know who
there.
were real? You know who real cool? He's an actor now, man. I forgot his name. I got a picture of him. Joe Butter. Is
Oh,
it
Joe
Butter?
Buttons.
No, not Joe. Is that his name?
Yeah,
Young
yeah,
guy.
Joe Buttons.
Young
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Tall. He's a rapper too, right?
Yeah. Joe Buttons. Yeah, he has a podcast as well.
Well, that's not the same one. I know who you talking about. This a younger kind of guy. I can't think of his name. He with those guys though, but this guy was so nice, man. We sit down, he just talked to me about the business, and then one of the guys said, you know, he's a big name. He just dropping the album right now. He's acting. He's more of an actor now. He's on some TV show. So
That's dope.
hey, and I got a movie out too that I'm in
Come
called
on, let it go. Come on, Cat.
yes, it's called Trouble Man. Trouble Man is with Michael Jai White. And got a great scene in there.
Talking
It's
about the
for you
karate,
guys.
Michael Jai White.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm in a movie with him called Trouble Man, and it's a fun movie. Got
Where can
Method
we find it,
Man,
Cat?
Amazon,
Okay.
Prime. You know, there's some theaters, but it's a good movie, man. Need to go check that out and let me know. Hit me up and let me know if you liked it.
For sure, absolutely. I watch it tonight with the wife.
All right, my
Let me give you
dude.
some feedback. Thank you,
All
Cat.
right,
We love
for
you,
sure,
Cat.
man.
We love you, Cat. Just know that. And
All right,
you're
brother.
a legend.
All right, brother. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, Cat.
Peace.
All right.